Hi Gemini, what's up? This is my channel, Star Kid Ignited. My name's Molly. I'm going to be giving some intuitive oracle readings for the month of November for Gemini Sun, Moon, and Rising. So if you've got a Sun, Moon, and Rising in Gemini, or if you've got any other major planets, or if you're dealing with someone who's a Gemini, then this reading's for you. They are timeless, so whenever you come across it is the right time that you should be watching it. And let's just jump straight into it. But I am recording this in November 2020, so okay. All right. Okay. So yep. So your current energy is polite declaration. You can move in whatever direction you need to accomplish your goals. It is time for you to get out there, claim what is yours, and stay in your power. Okay, so something's going on where you're needing to stand out, where you're feeling safe enough to step out of the shadows and step into something that is aligned with you and that you're proud of doing and that makes you happy and that makes your soul sing. Geminis are such cerebral people, and they pick up on so much, so it's interesting. I really don't think you'd do anything like this unless you were sure of it. So that's really exciting. Let's look at the past energy that led up to this. So what was the past energy for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising? Okay, so you got life is better together. So this card talks about seeking assistance from your community, being connected with your family, friends, people who will support you, making phone calls, getting out there. So potentially you've been in this energy, you've been communicating with the people around you, you've been putting feelers out, trying to figure out what, where your next step is. And with this current energy of polite declaration, it looks like you're ready to step into that. So you may have gotten a positive message from a friend or family member, maybe even just some good conversation where you got to see both sides of something and really help to work it out. But it looks like you're moving into something big. All right, let's look at what's the upcoming energy for Gemini. Can you please get one card, Spirit, for the upcoming? Can you please get one card for the upcoming energy for Gemini? You have replacing what was lost. You now have the opportunity to rejuvenate and start anew. Create with a new perspective or outlook. This card may also indicate abundance is on the horizon. So that's awesome. We've got pink. So we've got, start out blue. Very intuitive, truth-seeking. We have polite declaration, so we've got some red, some grounded energy, but a lot of green, so a lot of heart-centered focus. And then with the starfish replacing what was lost, I see that as healing, like the pink chakras in our hands and feet. Abundance is coming, and you're going to be able to rejuvenate and start anew. So maybe something in the past has led you to be not everything that you wanted to be. Maybe something's happened that, you know, got you off track. You weren't able to fulfill what you thought you were capable of, something like that. And now is a very special time where you are being re-given these opportunities. So that's super positive. And with this, that's just awesome. You're ready, like, I think you know what it is that you want to do. And if you don't, know that you can move in whatever direction you need to get there. Which means that I'm thinking of like divine detours. There might be things that you weren't expecting that you would need to do, but just know that whatever way you need to get there is right, and that you'll be replacing what was lost. Nothing's ever lost. You always have the chance again. Maybe not with everything, but you'll get opportunities again. And I think with this, they're going to be more aligned, bigger and better opportunities, and they're going to bring more abundance to you in this time. So that's really positive. Okay, so let's have a look at more at what's going on the emotional realm. So we'll look at what's being processed emotionally at the moment, and then also what needs to be released. So can we please get one card for what needs to, what's being processed emotionally? Action. And it did come up in the reverse. So you might be feeling resistant to take action. You might be feeling you might be ready to release quick action. So you might be trying to slow down a little bit, not be so action oriented. But with this one, I think it's more that you're being challenged to take action. So there's some kind of resistance. You're needing to, the shark hunts and kills. Like, it goes after what it wants and it gets it. So I believe that that might be the energy that's on the emotional realm. You're dealing with maybe what's held you back emotionally from moving forward or taking action when you knew it was right. And that will be a lot of what you're processing. So let's have a look at what you're releasing. And these are the Saltwater Oracle deck by Laura Boehm. She's amazing. She is a Indigenous Oracle card maker, and she's fantastic. She also has classes and all that kind of stuff as well. So if you're interested, check her out. Okay, but can we please get one card for what Gemini is releasing in the emotional realm, or what needs to be released? What needs to be released? What needs to be released for Gemini in the emotional realm? Oh, okay. And you got 2. Okay. So you're dealing emotionally with not taking action, or not dealing with emotions that have held you back from taking action that you know was right for you, that was intended, so that once you deal with that in this time, you'll be able to take action for this thing that you know is right and that you're wanting to put your time and energy into. But with what we have emotionally to be released, first we have whale, which is grief. And then we also have the sea sponge, emotional overload. So with these 2 cards coming up, there's a lot of heavy emotional grief energy, heavy heart energy. It feels like everything's probably feeling like, you know, you're being smashed around by waves. Or when I think of the whale, it's bursting up for air. It's almost being like when we're stuck in grief for so long, and then we need to eventually come up for air. We need to remind ourselves about the world above the water, where we're not so held down by these strong emotions. So there might be some things from your past that you're grieving, grieving old ways of the self, old identities, old ways of relating to people. It may be a loss, an actual loss, but it's more likely our hearts grieve over many things, and if we don't actually give ourselves the time to think about it and understand it, then that grief will actually sit there, and it will continue to weigh us down and also affect our choices in our subconscious. So it's going to be really important at this time to give yourself the time to understand your grief and also to release it. And this ties in exactly with emotional overload. So the sea sponge talks about being able to, sea sponges are like little filtration systems, and they let water flow through them, picking out the nutrients that they need to eat and then releasing all the water and everything else. If they weren't able to release it, they would die. Like, they would just explode. So if you think about that kind of thing, that's where that emotional release needs to come from. Spend your time thinking about it and then let it go, because it's going to weigh you down and it needs to be released in this time. The more emotional baggage that we can try and help shift and move for you, it's going to free up more of that air energy so that you can, you know, like glide into what you're meant to be doing. So that's really important. Don't skip the steps of tending to your heart, because it's going to be important, and it's probably going to set you up for more success later and even more abundance with replacing what was lost. Okay, beautiful. So now let's grab, I'm going to get 2 cards as advice from your higher self. So the first card that we'll get is from the Archangel Tarot, Power Tarot, and then we'll grab one from the Starseed Oracle. Okay, so can we please get any messages for Gemini from their higher self for this period right now? Okay, this fell out. I'm just going to get one more because one fell out. Okay. All right. So the first card that popped out for you, Gemini, is the Nine of Raphael. Make a wish, dreams become reality, a joyful time in life. What have you got going on? Because something is going, it feels like something big and something that the universe is on your side for. I think you've worked really hard for whatever you're going towards, and now it's just the final steps to deal with the emotional realm so that you can really hit the ground running with this new idea. But more importantly as well, make a wish. Don't stifle yourself from dreaming. You know, let yourself imagine and really think about the best possible way that this could go. Where would you want to be in a year if you could be anywhere? And then immediately following that, we have the Ace of Gabriel, a gift of passion, opportunity, and inspiration, the chance to do something amazing, a sense of wonder. You've got some good stuff coming. Your higher self is right there, listening, gifting you, giving you as much as it can. If you're a Gemini rising, then you'll be having Uranus in Taurus in your 12th house. So Uranus is trying to get you to break out of the 12th house. It wants you to do it differently, to be more authentic and more aligned. And when I see a gift of passion, opportunity, and inspiration, the chance to do something amazing, I feel like that's going to be something that's aligned with your higher self and your authentic self. So listen to the messages that you're getting. Have faith and dream that big things can happen, and make a wish. Okay, let's grab one more advice from your higher self, and then we'll close it off with an angel message. Okay, can you please get one more card for Gemini? Any advice that their higher self wants them to know, any further messages that they need to know in this time for this new... Okay, cool. So you got Earth School, life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning. So if you've got something that you've been wanting to study, something that with this polite declaration, you might know where you're going, but you might not be there yet. And with Earth School, I feel like you've learned this lesson. You're ready to learn something more. You're ready to move to the next tier. So that might be studying. That might be, you know, getting out there and discovering something where you're learning, but it doesn't necessarily need to be book learning, although that's definitely implied. Higher learning and soul growth. So something that's really going to just expand your wings and let you really like feel like you're floating, transcending to the next level. So this is really, really positive. I hope that whatever you're doing, you believe in it, that you are giving yourself the time to make it good, to make it work. Capricorn, lol. And also tend into your heart, because it looks like you've got a lot of big, exciting things coming, and you want to make sure that you're open to receiving them and that you're not going to scare them away or doubt them, that you believe in yourself and you're ready to learn more and you're hungry for it, because I really think you are with all of this. But it looks like, you know, something took you off that path earlier. I don't know what it is, another person or just how you feel or something like that, but you want to address that grief. You want to address whatever took you away from your path, so that if it tries to again, you can politely decline that invitation and continue with what you're supposed to be doing. Okay, so let's get one final angel message, and then I'll leave it there, Gemini. Okay. So Spirit, can we please get one final angel message to sum up this reading for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising? Okay, you got two. Alrighty. So first, we've got two angels and action cards. So The first one, your angels are not there to judge you, only to love you. You are the harshest judge of your own behavior. Once you make a decision to work at areas in your life that may need some adjustment, ask the angels to help you soften your negative self-judgment with love. Ask Archangel Zadkiel to help you to dissolve painful memories, to let go of judgment of self and others, and to enhance the spiritual gifts of forgiveness, tolerance, and mercy. Visualize yourself surrounded by a warm, healing violet light that cleanses and purifies negative traits and painful memories that affect your dealings with others. Allow yourself to bathe in this wonderful energy and feel refreshed and renewed. So that was the first one. Your angels aren't judging you. They only want to love you, and they're encouraging you to do the same for yourself. And I feel like that definitely ties in with some of the just emotional heaviness, but all this new energy. They're trying to remind you that, they're not judging you, and they never have. They've always been sending you blessings, encouragements, whether you could, we're not always open to receiving everything, or we don't always notice. But they're reminding you that they're there and that they love you, and then never judging you. If you fail, you get back up, and then not to, kick the ball that way or whatever you did. But that's important. Whenever we're starting something new, we need to accept the fact that we're going to fall down and skin our knees, but we're going to get back up and get stronger. Okay, and then your last angel message that we have is, friends are angels who lift our feet when our own wings have forgotten how to fly. A young child was brought into the hospital on a stretcher. She was unconscious and accompanied by her parents and a policeman. Lucy had run into the middle of a very busy road where a truck had hit her and run over her twice. She was examined and only a small bruise on her shoulder was found. Just before being sent for x-rays, she opened her eyes and smiled. "Where is the man in white?" she demanded. The doctor came forward. No, the man in the white, long, shiny dress." As her mother stroked her face, Lucy said, "That man stroked my face as he picked up the wheels." I have goosebumps. That's super beautiful. You're being watched. Your angels are there, and they're guiding you, and they're protecting you in this time. So keep going. Don't lose hope or faith, and know that whatever this new thing is, it was meant for you, and it wants you as much as you want it. So you need to, don't get discouraged and go for it. Thank you so much for watching, Gemini. If you want to see any of my astrology posts or what I'll be doing on Patreon in the next few months, just follow my Instagram, Molly's Astrologies, and check out my videos here on Star Kid Ignited. Awesome. I hope you have a great month. Thank you.